I can't hear you. There's no volume for me. I can't hear anything you're saying.
I give you permission.
I can hear now.
Oh, we can hear now?
Yep, I can hear now.
Okay.
Now I can't, though, unless you're not talking. If you're talking, I can't hear you. I hear a lot of echoes, but I can hear you. Now I don't hear anything. I still can't hear anything. I still can't hear.
Rebecca, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you when you talk right now.
Okay, so we're all going to hop on Zoom, so because it appears that the sound system in the boardroom is not connected for whatever reason.
Okay.
Andy and Brian, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
It's just going to have an echo, I think, because if you all signed in, it's going to echo.
We're gonna have everybody shut off. Are the mics?
Ooh,
That's working. I don't know.
very bad echo.
Yes.
Turn off the sound.
Should I go to Zoom then?
Let's try this again.
I can hear you.
Okay. Patricia, can you mute?
But it's echoing really bad every time somebody
Yeah,
talks.
Patricia, can you mute? Okay, now. Still an echo.
How do I get it in Zoom?
The link that was sent to you?
But that's. Where do I find that link on?
I'll resend it so it's in the top of your inbox.
Thank you, Brian.
I need one too, Brian.
Hey, Brian, since you're on, can I ask you a question?
Rebecca, remember that we're live?
Yes. I put it in chat. to the everybody else that I need help with something. So if it's to the panelists, it's in chat. My first chat. So if Brian can help me with that, that would be great.
I don't see anything.
Okay, I'll put it in again.
Okay.
Where do I click on here?
Hear us from Zoom. You try it on the.
She can hear us from Zoom. Huh?
Well, who has?
I'm trying to find my email. Why to go here?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what's happening is it's being picked up on the mic. This is closed.
I just.
Can you hear us, Rebecca?
Yes, but there's a bad echo. You guys gotta turn your volumes off on your computer.
Your volume.
We all are.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking at everybody and everybody's.
It's echoing really bad.
Yeah, I know.
Except yours.
It didn't. His email from Brian. Okay, can we shut off the microphones here and we'll all just go to Zoom? Jordan and Dave, can we all just shut off these microphones and we'll all just do Zoom?
Now talk. No echo now.
Yes, right here.
How about now?
Go up.
Still an echo.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if it's your computer.
Yep.
You're not muted.
Is your phone still on?
All I'm on is on my phone. I can't get into my computer.
How about now?
A little better. It's okay. Just go for it. We'll just deal with it.
Yeah, but.
This meeting is being recorded.
So.
We need to sign on.
How about this now? Are we good?
I'm getting no echo.
Okay,
I'm getting the.
your sound is on, that's why.
Says I'm reading.
So there's sound and microphone. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh. Wrong button. Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Here we go.
15 minutes. Now are we on YouTube? Let's go. Rebecca, would you like to start the party?
I
Rebecca,
will let you guys lead it, so I'm not like echoing.
Rich, do you want to lead it?
And I don't know if you want to, when you do, you want to share my mission vision that I sent you to read? That would be perfect.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Great. So do we want to start all over again or do we just want to?
Yeah, start with wherever we finished.
Okay, so we are finished. General fund warrants of February 2026.
Awesome. So you have two copies in front of you. The one that is 9 pages, let's look at that one first. That is the organization of the board summary. You have expenditures and revenues on here that are organized by function and object. So that's following our account code structure. You're looking at program and then specific expense of what's underneath it. So that's what this one is going through. Our consultant, Jim, recommended kind of looking at it this way, so you could see things like program. The second board summary you have, the one that's 7 pages is by object and then function. So this one you're looking at your kind of your expenditure categories grouped together. So your salaries, then your benefits. Let's see, what's professional and technical services. So it's just 2 different viewpoints. Both of them have your expenditures and revenue on them. It just depends how you'd like to see things moving forward. If you like things kind of grouped together by object. But Mr. Marabelli, Jim, did recommend kind of looking at things by function. So you're looking at it by what kind of programs things are first.
Okay,
He suggested the 7-page document, the,
The 9 page.
he said the 9-page.
He's suggesting the 9 because it goes by function. Let me see if I'm saying this right. I like the 7-page because it lists all of salaries.
it groups.
And then underneath it, it goes to,
Each category, salary.
right, so it goes by the object and then the function. Mr. Mirabelli was suggesting the function and then the object. It's literally the same information, it's just how you want to digest it. Do you want to look at all salaries, all benefits, or do you want to look at regular ed, special ed, vocational ed?
Yeah.
Well, in which way?
When you're looking at the total salary or total group and all the salaries together, and the other you're looking at the group and what
The
each
total
one's broken
program.
down.
Correct, correct.
There's almost a use for each one.
Right, there's a use for each one. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's not a problem to run both.
We can run both if you want to run both.
Saving paper.
Huh?
If you like both,
I like.
It's-
those two.
I like the one with the salaries in general, because that shows a clump, but then when you break it down to the like when you break it down into other things like supplies, everything else, it's just it's easier to look at them by,
They complement each
they
other.
complement, correct, yeah.
There's a story that's being told by each one.
okay, so we will do both.
That's why I like it.
Okay,
Is that hard to do both? Is it just push a button?
Mr. Kraus is really good.
I know.
It's just a
I
push
just
of a few
press
buttons.
3 buttons and it
Oh,
does it
3
again.
buttons.
Mhm. Okay,
Are there any questions with either of these for this month? These are through December 31st of 2025.
So it takes in 6 periods, 6 of the 12 periods.
Yeah.
Halfway through.
So in most cases, we should just be about halfway.
correct.
And this is also, now that we finalized the audit, beginning balances for revenues were updated, so these are inclusive of revenues starting on page 5 for your object grouping, page 5 of 7, or page 6 of them.
So that's where the revenue side comes in.
I
Right,
may run the revenues separate because they just seem kind of get clumped in here. So we'll have 4,
we'll have 4 different
yeah.
reports every month, which is fine.
We received more, 73% of our budget per May is what I'm seeing.
In revenue, you're
In
talking?
revenues. For, yeah,
Yeah, we collected most of the realizations.
okay.
Which is good. If we
Correct.
Yeah.
And 39% of expenditures.
Okay. Anything else? Any questions, comments?
I mean, I can ask you, I don't want to take up time. Just a question of understanding, maybe. Clarify it later on. That it's nothing, it's just a better understanding, maybe nothing to check and balance for the public, just.
Sure. Okay,
Very good. All right, moving on. Public content. So here we have that's an object, right?
Yep, we did that. So next would be the budget draft. Number 1.
So this is our first not even our preliminary, our first look at what we're kind of feeling out for next year. Running expenditures, for salary benefits and contracts and operations came in at 227,113,998.59 for the general fund, and estimated revenues at 192,670,882.16. So obviously, looking at your first draft, conservative on the revenues, and expenditures that we will continue to look at and review and pare down through some intention reviews.
So we absolutely anticipated a deficit, because we've been running deficit. So 24-25 had a $10.4 million deficit that we just realized. This year, we approved the budget with about a $26 million deficit, but then we refinanced some debt. So we did not anticipate anything in the 34 million or $35 million range. Where did my paper go? I had Matt kind of dig in, and Matt's been spending a lot of time with this. We have gone up in salary and benefits 11 million since last year. Is that accurate?
7.4-ish in salary
Salary.
and around 11.3 in benefits.
So 18 in salary and benefits.
So those benefits also include $5.2 million to catch us up in our reserve for EPTEP, which is our insurance trust, to the 4-month recommended minimum of operating costs. Right now, we're operating at
1.8, 2.2.
2.2 and by the end of June, they're saying we'll probably be at 1.8 months of reserves. As claims are high. So that 5.2 million is kind of a group decision of what the board will decide of how much you'd like to contribute, if at all. But we're eating through reserves at this point because our expenditures are higher each month than what we contribute.
And then my recommendation is, as we get closer to the end of this fiscal year, we look and see where we are with our expenditures, and do we do part of that payment this year and part of it next year, depending on how much of the realized deficit. This is not good financial decisions, but we can pull that 5.2 million out. We can pay a part of it. $34 million deficit when we only have 24.6 million in the fund balance because of this year's anticipated deficit. Now, things can happen and we're going to see it swing, which is one of the caveats of looking at a budget in February. So that $16 million deficit that we're anticipating for this year, right? Because we anticipated 26, we refinanced bonds and our debt, and then the state came in with some more money. So between all of that and cyber charter reform, we're at probably about a 16.5 for conservative numbers deficit. Well, if we don't fully realize that, then our fund balance is higher than 24 million. But right now we're at a stage where we cannot approve a budget that we cannot pay for next school year. So we have to, at minimum, trim $10 million off that budget, at a minimum. Every single department, before we even went to this, was directed to cut 25% off their budget. All buildings cut 25%, and almost every department was able to. Now, in full transparency, I wasn't able to, but my budget's 23,000. And all of that is fixed costs for the board. So there are some that we just couldn't move. But $10 million off still gets us at 0 in our fund balance in June of 2027, which is not a possibility.
That's part of this math that we're doing is the early retirements calculated as part of this?
Correct. Yep.
For next year, yeah.
For next year. So what we calculated was how many we knew were retiring. So we calculated how many people we knew that were already put in to retire. Correct. So we announced it right after the board meeting. We announced the early retirements. The union had a great meeting with financial advisors and PCers to answer and our HR office to answer any questions. I have not seen any more come in since had announced before it.
But they have until like,
April 1st. Yep, so they have some time and we want them to make informed decisions. However, I'm gonna say it and we're gonna keep saying it. The only way the retirement incentive works is if we don't replace. So then we have to be comfortable with what's going to happen to some class sizes without replacing many. So we need to realize the savings and the intent of the retirement incentive and understand the impact it's going to have on programming.
Would we replace some if we had to, because we can replace them at a lower salary, so it's some savings?
Next year it would not be savings. If you remember when we ran through those numbers, it is not a savings because you're still paying them 50% of their salary. So you're actually paying 1.5 salary last year for next year.
Gotcha, okay.
And I think as a board, we have to have some real conversations of have. So when you said we have to replace.
If we have to, I said.
Correct, but just realize, so we need some direction on what that need versus want is. So what do we need to replace? And what do we want to replace? Those are conversations that you collectively as a board are going to have.
Understood.
Yep. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? I mean, there's a lot of concerns, but
There's a lot of concerns.
What about buses? We're not buying more buses. Are we committed to buy those buses like Peter
No.
had said? Or no, we're not buying any
no,
more?
there are no buses.
Okay, because I
How do
don't,
you get what screen?
The,
So minimize your Zoom and then go into the board doc.
in my attitude,
Dave, could you come and help George while we're running the meeting? Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It might be easier.
A lot easier.
a lot of this right now is just, this is our first rush at it. It's
How do we minimize this?
not wildly speculative, but it is absolutely grounded in experience and
Trends, yeah.
Trends.
that we're seeing.
And committed contracts. So as the months move on, we'll get more concrete costs. For example, the IU, they'll send us true estimates of what they are projecting for next year with costs. So those can get plugged in more than just the trend. We're gonna do an intensive review of basically every line item, with every department and every building and make decisions on making sure costs are either accurate as we can or ask hard questions.
When you state it's gonna affect programs, Dr. Vitale, are you saying class sizes or different programs will not be happening? I mean, what
It
is?
might be a little bit of both, but you, as a board, you're gonna have to make those decisions. So $34 million is a lot of money, although it's preliminary and we will fine tune it and get closer to the revenues. Hopefully we'll get closer to the expenditures. You make up in personnel. So the reality is that we're going to have to make some really tough decisions about what our values are, what we're comfortable saying. Okay, we're not going to do this just right now. And we're set, what are we saying are non-negotiables we must have? But those are conversations, though, I honestly, although finance can have it, but I think the whole board needs to weigh in on those discussions. I honestly am going to suggest that probably before we do a preliminary budget, we have just a budget work session. Like we're doing later tonight about the feasibility study, but just a budget work session. And what I'm going to do is, and Matt alluded to it, the central cabinet team We are kind of holding up in an office one day next week, and we are looking, and Matt and I have done it. And everybody's done it with their individual budget, but we are looking line item by line item and asking questions. Do we need this? Is this a must have? And then we're going to come to you with an à la carte menu of, if we got rid of all conferences, this is what it saves. If we got rid of, I cringe, all field trips, this is what it saves. So we're going to come to you with an à la carte menu, and then you as a board are going to have to discuss where are we at.
A lot to talk about.
The most we can raise taxes this year is 5% to the index. That if we did to the index, and I'm gonna say it over and over again, I'm going to ask you to please raise to the index. It would yield about 4.42,
Yeah, okay.
$4.4 million.
What does real estate transfers look like? Like, what is like our realtors projecting for incoming home sales or even transfers? Have we talked to any like trends on that? Because they're saying we're going to be trending up. At least that's what I've read based on,
I think
political,
that's 100% speculative.
right?
And I fear that if we are budgeting, I would rather budget conservatively
Mhm.
than on speculation of how many people are going to move to our area because of politics.
But yet we're budgeting on speculation that the state's gonna give us a set amount of dollars too. We're speculating, it's.
The whole thing is, correct.
We-
But if
Everything's
we can,
speculative.
if we can be as conservative as we can
Yeah,
so we're not projecting an increase in state budget, we're projecting a status quo in state budget.
you're using the status quo for the state budget in this.
Correct? Like, we're not besides the tax equity.
The tax equity is built into there already?
It
And that's
is.
with the tax equity.
That
built in?
is with the tax equity, correct?
The equity that we have in reserve from last year to this year.
That was given to us this year. So this year we got 5.5 and then an additional 7 that we have currently, but we can use next year. So that's with the $12.5 million, correct?
But the 11 million that we got from the tax equity goes the following year,
No, so we got it this year to be used for the budget we're looking at right now,
right now, but
correct?
that's 11 million.
11.1.
11.1. I thought it was 7 and 5. Yep,
And we're still $34 million.
correct. Yep.
And has our charter tuition gone up?
Charter tuition, we anticipate is going to go down to 1.2 million by
Total.
1.2 million this year. However, our trends are, although we are doing our darndest on building a really solid program, we are seeing students disenrolling and going to charter school. But they're doing a lot. The state has done a lot with truancy. So students who are habitually truant,
Mhm.
if they go to charter, it's almost as if they were expelled and we don't pay that tuition. So Ann Bauer, our Director of Child Accounting, is doing a masterful job of literally checking every single student and making sure that the tuition is accurate.
And we're verifying their addresses, because I know we had that before.
Every
we
single
found
quarter.
Students that weren't, not a lot, but maybe 1 or 2 that weren't in district anymore.
Correct. Yep, every single quarter. And I believe this quarter, I think we found 2.
Okay. That's,
Yep.
that's 100,000. If
Correct.
they're special education or, or regular ed, it's still 60,000. So we'll take it.
Correct. Do we want to move on?
Yes.
Okay. Bus sale price. So when we had spoken a few months ago, the request was to put the buses on the muni bid, I think is what it's called, for $20,000 a bus.
Mhm.
Actually, the company that runs the municipal bid, when we submitted for that number, they responded to us because they thought it was an error, and then they also responded did you unmute?
George,
I've
turn your microphone on, sir.
my myself, they.
Okay, perfect. You're good. You're good. Now you're muted.
You're good.
After they confirmed that it was not a typo, they offered some opinions of what those numbers were, and they felt that it was not a good use of time to put them up. Well, we've had it up for a few months and there are no bids, no offers, so we're asking to drop the price to 10,000 a bus. Thank you. And then I would say we'll put it up for 2 months, so then in April, we'll come back and see where we're at. Okay,
And how many are we selling?
as many as we have, mm, I'm looking.
No worries.
On April of 2024, we had 30 of them.
Okay,
I believe there's 25 now.
okay.
What's the mileage threshold on those?
I have all of that. Do you want me to pull up all of that?
Just a range, I guess, would be good.
Yeah, let me look.
In your opinion, Rich,
So I apologize. We have currently 12 buses for sale. The range is from 70,000 to 104,000.
Okay, so it's not that much, really. Or is it? It's probably a lot because of the terrain that it drives versus
Yep.
the actual mileage. If it was highway or city, you know.
It's the age, so, hold on, those were buses sold. Let me try this again. George, your sound's back on? Your sound went back on? Okay, there are 29 buses. Let me try this again. There are 29 buses. The range is from about 72,000 to 168,000.
Okay,
And the age is 2018, 2019.
oh, there's,
okay.
Yeah, but that's not the years yet, 9 years, right?
We put a lot of miles on the buses.
And it's rough mileage. It's uphill, down, you know, up the mountain, down the mountain, which,
buses, Rich, it's that. I mean, I know it's not, they're not diesel, they're
They're
propane.
propane and they're, yeah, they're not heavy duty buses. Our buses, we put 500,000 more on them after so many years, but we're putting about 40,000 miles on, you know, our buses each year. It's a different use case.
Mhm.
So it's really about the condition of the bus, how well it's maintained, what work has to go into it. When you take one of those buses, you know, you're looking at, you have to redo all the brakes, you have to do, you know, you don't know if you're gonna lose a rear end on them, you don't know the transmission's gonna go, in years past, let's say it this way. The board would sell the buses after about 4 to 5 years.
Well, we never bought, at least.
At least, well, we did buy them for a period of time, but when we sold them, we were getting good 30,000-40,000, and that was when they're gasoline. They didn't have as many miles, so we sold them,
And they were diesel.
and they were gasoline.
No, gas, not diesel.
mhm. And what makes it tough is the fact that they're propane and not everybody wants a propane bus. It's better for the environment.
There's so much more fuel.
Mhm.
So
Well, the question is this.
is it possible to get more miles out of those buses?
That's kind of where I was thinking, like, do we, if we don't sell them now, we bought the new buses, right? So we've already replaced these guys. But in our next run, maybe we don't replace them until they're 9 years. You know, but at that point, you're starting to take chances. You have to replace, you know, major parts.
Mhm.
They get expensive, I can tell you that. And it requires different maintenance staff, it requires, specialized, to hold the bus off duty longer. Anyway, we are where we are at the moment.
So next up is power ad. I rolled this out last month to finance. I'm going to request that we move this to the board. This is an opportunity for some revenue to start selling the ad space on our digital scoreboards. We talked about it briefly last time. Any questions?
I just hope we can sell ad space on it.
Correct.
The difference in plans was 5 years, 3 years.
Yeah, so it's offering companies an option of what they want included. For some reason,
Well,
it is
can't
on
be any worse than what we're getting now.
right now, we're getting zero.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's my.
So
Anything is better than zero.
50%
Of
of
zero.
whatever, right. 50% of $100 is still more than we're getting
I
now.
mean,
Right.
if the boards are empty right now and they're not generating any revenue, it's better to have some revenue.
Exactly.
How
I
long are we
agree.
locking in with this company?
It's a 10-year commitment.
10-year commitment? Do we have any out? We have to stick with for 10 years?
I can have Chris Brown review it.
10 years is a long time to be stuck with something that's not producing.
Well, just realize they don't make any money if they don't produce,
Correct.
right?
We
So,
don't make money if they don't produce either.
correct, agree.
So, and we're stuck with them for 10 years.
So before we bring it to the board, I'll make sure that Chris Brown reviews it and sees what the out clause is.
Okay.
Okay?
I thank you for looking into that, though. I'd like that.
Thank you.
The next thing, oh, sorry. So this is just part of the Ready to Learn grant that we've been talking about, that $11.1 million. This is just a required resolution that's required to be passed by the board, recognizing that you're getting the money. And I also included in here in the resolution this year, they kind of list, I think it's 5 intended purposes of the money you're receiving. Mitigating tax increases, supplementing the amount calculated by the school district for homestead farmsteads. And you did this last year as well, passing this resolution. And then Angela, our grant coordinator, will upload it as part of the application.
Okay. Next up is Zonar.
So Zonar is our transportation software package that we use. We have an agreement with them. For whatever reason, we did not have an updated one, so we asked Damaris to go back and get us an updated agreement with them. But we're using their service. This is something that we committed to
Are we
for
using
3 years.
everything that we're paying for? Because I know
Yeah.
we recently upped what our package was to get more. Are we using everything that we're paying for to the full?
When you say we upped our package, so we were the Wayfinder, which is the parent side of it. We launched that. I want to say late last spring, early this school year. And to my knowledge, that was the only thing we were not using.
And the ID swipe, we weren't using that, but we were paying for that as well.
Oh, we are using that.
Okay, because that was something else we paid for many years, but we never used.
Okay, we are definitely using that.
Has it been helpful? Just out of curiosity.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we know exactly where students are and what buses, especially those first weeks of school.
Mhm.
When kiddos may get on the wrong bus, we know exactly where they're at.
Okay.
We,
Nice.
we backdated this up August 1st.
Yes, because we've been using it.
Okay.
They hadn't been charging us for it.
No, they've been charging and they want us to pay it. We will not pay it without a contract.
So they backdated the contract.
Very good.
And this is budgeted for, right? This isn't.
Yes, this is budgeted. All of this is budgeted for.
And then is that also include like the arm cameras and all that, the Zonar stuff, or is that in addition, something separate?
I do see dash cams on there. Zonar
Yes.
coach dual facing dash cams. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
Hopefully we-
CHA go ahead, Rebecca.
I said, hopefully we catch some of those arm runners.
Yes.
Do we
Uh,
have a ticket that we could issue? Like, I know some school districts actually issue tickets based on, they'll take a picture of the plate and the school district will send a ticket to that person, a fine. Do we have that? Something that we can, in our policies?
I don't know if it's in policy, but I know we are able to give that information, yes.
But no, but does the ticket funds go to the district or does it go to the?
So
town-
we are not able to police anything off school district property. So that would be, we would have to give it to the state police
Okay.
or the borough, right, SARP, depending on where the location was. I'm not well versed in what we're doing with that, to be honest.
Okay, because I wonder if that could be, not to be mean, but a revenue source. Because
Well,
how
if I
many
would want to
people
set
run
that
them?
as a revenue source.
You know how many people run them? I watch them in the morning, just like go through. Or at least if it was a fine that was actually enforced, maybe people would stop and our kiddos would be safer.
I will definitely look into it.
Because I know just where I live, I see it at least once or twice a week, somebody running the arm when there's a ton of kids going on the bus.
Okay. Offline, if you tell me the bus number, I'll have us look at it.
Okay, you got it.
Thank you. CHA invoices.
The usual.
The usual, these are hitting finance this month for property and facilities. They're all reviewed. There's 4 invoices.
Thank you. And next up is the student Chromebooks.
Mhm.
Mr. Borash?
Good evening. This is our typical Chromebook replacement we do annually. It's for grades 1, 5, and 9. There are some significant increases coming in device costs, so we're asking to procure the devices about a month to 2 months earlier than we typically would.
But this was budgeted for in this year's budget.
That is correct, and it's about $23,000 less than what we had originally budgeted for.
Well done.
So we're purchasing early before the prices go up?
Correct.
Yes.
And we're financing this line.
No.
This is a straight purchase.
And do you want to keep going?
Yeah, it's a straight purchase, so we moved away from leasing.
I meant
Oh.
with the next one, with the
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chromebook. I'm sorry.
That's
okay.
Tell
Yeah.
us more. No, we moved on to the staff Chromebooks.
Okay, so
Oh, hold on.
Question. Why are we've always financed them. Is there a better rate? I mean, the concept of us not financing in the past was that having our money in the bank was making us better money, but if we have no money in the bank, what do we do then?
So the board decided about 3 years ago, and Rich can kind of speak to this because he was on finance committee and kind of led this charge. We did get lease rates at one point when they were approximately 5-6%. It's kind of when they spiked. And the board at that time decided that we would go to purchasing. It took us 3 to 4 years to get off of the leases. Leases are complete, so we're now actually saving money by not having any lease rates.
We build it into our budget and we're just paying the kid.
Okay, well-
Budget.
Right, I get that, but if there's a deficit in the budget, how much are we saving versus one versus the
You're
other?
still spending the money.
You're still spending the money. The difference is that you're paying interest on it.
I get it.
But the question is, if we're making 4-5% interest in an account somewhere versus spending 2% on interest on the initial purchase, which is better, right?
I understand. What I'm trying to get at is from a financial standpoint, a business of our size, it's okay for us to have a little debt. Okay, I know that in the last maybe 10 years, since the cycle of board members have changed, we've gone from a bond issue board to let's pay cash board. And sometimes you have to borrow some money in the long run.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
the
when we're,
difference is that every year we're buying $730,000 worth of Chromebooks every year. It's not like a one-time purchase and then you drift, you're replacing them every single year. So you're, regardless if you're buying all of them now or bonding it or getting it.
So you're gonna keep
You're-
stacking debt.
Yeah,
okay. Okay,
it's that cost.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, ask questions. That's what we
The
want.
other question is, I mean, we have to this is a 3-year, these computers are, how many year cycle are these computers?
4 years. So every year we buy for 1, 5, and 9, and they have them for 4 years.
Mhm.
The students, that when we have leftover devices, they will go down to kindergarten and we'll get a 5th year out of them that year.
So they won't last longer than 4 years or 5 years?
Some students are a little rough on the devices,
Right.
so
And if they are, then they should pay for the roughness.
Huh?
It's also the technology piece of it, right? So, I mean, they take the Chromebooks back in a year, they swipe them, wipe them clean, get them ready for the next calendar year, I imagine,
Mhm.
right? But at some point, because these are Chromebooks that are not, IBM or not IBM, they're
Like
not-
an Apple computer you
not-
keep for 8 years
Yes,
or 10
exactly.
years plus.
Right, exactly. Your margin of utilization is smaller. He's probably only having like, I don't even know if these Chromebooks have. They don't have like, maybe they have 8 gigabytes. No. They're not gonna be,
I'm just saying, we're in a crisis, we have to ask every question we have to ask. Because,
I want every question to be asked.
because every
Keep 'em
way we
going.
can save $1, we have to do that. I hate that we have to say that, but we have to.
That's the reality of where we're in.
Okay,
they have 4 gigabits of RAM.
these are not really that, yeah,
They're not, yeah,
they're not that elaborate. Okay. And this is the best price we could get on these?
that is correct. They will go up 10% on March 1st. And they will go up another 10%, they will go up another 10% on June 1st, and that's direct from Lenovo, the manufacturer.
So 10% on $737,000 is $70,000.
I get that. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, the staff ones, do you want to talk about that?
Yes, so we're moving towards Chromebook Pluses for staff. It's a little bit bigger of a device. We visited Google back in October. All Google employees are using Google Chromebook Plus or Google Chromebook Pluses. We looked at what our staff are doing, and we feel that the majority of our staff at the high schools for this computer replacement cycle will be well fitted for this for a variety of reasons.
And this is a significant savings as compared to the devices we typically purchase.
we're typically getting the Apple, right?
Yes. Brian, what was the savings?
Rough
The
numbers,
difference?
I'd say $45,000, $45,000 to $50,000 roughly.
What's the lifespan of these Chromebook Pluses versus an Apple?
So we've never bought
lifespan.
these. We've never bought these Acers before, but I can't imagine we can't get 4 to 5 years out of them with staff
Oh, it's
using
an
them.
8, is it, oh, it's an Acer, okay. How many years?
I can't imagine we can't get 4 to at least 5 years out of them.
But out of Apple, we should get more than that, right? Or, I don't know, I'm just,
So the replacement cycle for our devices hasn't changed.
what I'm getting at, these are teacher, staff member used computers.
Yes.
They're going to teachers in the
Mhm.
schools.
Mhm.
I mean, my budget cycle for my Apple is, I've had my Mac for 8, 9 years now. I'm not recycling mine every 4 years. And I don't know. I mean, really, I mean, like, we said that we had to buy them for the kids because the kids beat them up. I hope our staff doesn't beat up their computer.
So.
I lost audio.
So out of this batch, this 250 that's for your consideration, about 65% of the high school teachers use HPs and about 35% use Macs. The HPs are struggling a little bit. We have ones at our admin office that are 3 years old, and battery life, some other issues. So most of the issues we're seeing are with the PCs that the teachers have deployed currently at the high schools, which the majority of this will replace.
Well, I'm okay. I guess I'm just with different school because I mean, I have HP and Mac in my business and I have my computers for more than 4 years. I can't cycle my computers on a 4-year cycle in my business. I have to keep them up to 8, 10 to 10 years.
If you'd want to make an appointment and come in to see me, I'd be more than happy to review work orders with you and I can show you the data on it.
I'd love to see that. I appreciate that.
Brian, that was a good idea. Thank you.
Brian.
Okay. Capital payments?
This is just your monthly summary of where we're at with payments on your projects. And then I added a new little section at the bottom this month, just for the completed ones. I feel like they disappear off my list right away. So I put now when we complete one each month, I'll put that at the bottom so you can see that it's completed.
I like the new summary. Thank you. I like the summaries. And I just can't seem to take that snap out of my Chromebook. I had my Mac, I might go.
And
Sorry.
Chromebook Plus.
If you had the
That's on my
Chromebook Plus
I've had this
only,
Chromebook for 2 years now, and
see,
I
they don't last. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm sorry, going on. Public participation.
Public participation. Public participation.
Wayne, come on. say
Is there
something.
anybody on Zoom?
Okay.
3 minutes worth.
We're gonna hold you to it.
We're all working on pictures tonight.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Recommendations by the Property and Facilities Committee. There are none because we didn't meet. We meet on Wednesday.
Yes,
All right, recommendations by the Education Program District.
there are none because they meet on Thursday.
Great. And then, let's see, items to move forward to the board. We have here, we have we would move toward the power ad.
Yes, power ads, bus sale.
So it's on the bus sale. So for items in section 3, well, C and D, which is the bus sale price and power ad partnership. All those in favor of recommending this to the board?
I make the motion.
You make that motion?
Yeah.
Okay, got a second? Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Great. Items to move forward to the board in section 4, we have tax equity supplement resolution, the Zonar procurement, CHA invoices, the Chromebooks for the students, the Chromebooks for the staff, and those are the items that we move forward as motions. So that's A, B, C, D, and E.
Motion.
Second. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Capital pay summary is just a discussion, and that's what we have for today.
CHA, Yep, we got it. Okay.
Right. So, the next meeting will be March 9th at 5:30. Any other comments, questions, statements?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
All right. Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Meeting